Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth, and we are back learning that Sherlock Holmes is Sherlock Holmes. Go fig. Anyway. Sherlock Holmes and James Moriarty. The two arch rivals exchange warm greetings and share a smile. It's true, they are old acquaintances. After all, one of them is the greatest detective of all time, and the other history's greatest criminal. Oh, don't tell Lupin. Just would wound his pride so much more than it already is. The brutal crimes that have been occurring within London of late. I sensed that you were behind them all, and have been tracking your footsteps. And you even changed your name. Such dedication. Yeah, to Sherlock Holmes. Holmes? No, it doesn't even. Nah. Oh my god. The Holmes name draws unnecessary attention. There were some minor inconveniences, but I've been able to track you down. You weren't exactly fooling anyone with that pathetic attempt at an anagram, Sherlock Holmes. It's not really an anagram. I don't know if that counts. Anagram, arranging the letters of a word in order to form another. While originally a form of wordplay, it can be used at times as a simple code. Yeah, it's not really. If you just switch the letters of your first and last name, it's not really. I don't think that counts, but that name lacks creativity, especially for you. Look who's talking, James A. Allister. Is that Moriarty? Wait, I can't. Whatever. Holmes smiles faintly. I don't care if you call yourself Allister or Moriarty. The only thing that matters is that you've been involved in most of the incidents that have occurred in London. You controlled several followers like your own limbs and crushed your targets one by one. You're most definitely the Napoleon of crime. I'm going to make you face justice right here. Holmes silently glares at Moriarty, who's badly injured. Justice, eh? Do you intend to capture me, or... I won't go easy on you, as your pupil did. Ooh! I have authorization from the government to kill you, based on justice as defined by the laws of our nation. Holmes's eyes are bright and clear as he looks over his old nemesis. However, Moriarty simply shrugs and shakes his head. What is so funny, Moriarty? It's just, I was thinking of how terribly disappointed you look. I'm about to put an end to a longtime enemy. I do feel a slight sense of sorrow. And working on your cases was always something of a great challenge for me. Without you, London will likely be less interesting. Less interesting. Moriarty slowly savors these words, the closest Holmes would ever come to admitting that he would miss his enemy's crimes. Then, unable to resist any longer, a smile carves its way into his deeply wrinkled face. I see. So that's what it is. What are you talking about? Well, I had thought that I was all alone in this world. I thought that nobody would be able to understand the evil that resides within me. But I suppose that wasn't exactly true. Moriarty thinks to himself, this man, Holmes, is the same as me. Chasing after those cases, looking into the dark side of humanity, has caused Holmes's heart to naturally be drawn to darkness. At this realization, Moriarty looks upward. Though the sky cannot be seen from here, he smiles in high spirits. Holmes, it's exactly as you say. Justice and evil, light and dark, two sides of the same coin. I never thought that you, of all people, who I thought the man furthest from me, would feel so close. Oh, who I thought the man furthest from me would feel. I get what he's trying to say. It doesn't. I didn't come out right when I read it. Okay. Moriarty smiles from the bottom of his heart. Very well, Holmes. There's no better choice than you to be the one to close the curtains on the theatrics of my life. Any other last words? Being killed by you brings me satisfaction. I see. Holmes smiles, then slowly bows to Moriarty one last time. His final bow. Setting aside the heinousness of your crimes, I did enjoy our exchanges more than anything, James. Thank you. That is the highest compliment I could receive, Sherlock. Holmes smiles, then draws a gun from his jacket. The gunshot, bringing the death knell of a criminal mastermind's life, echoes through the flying fortress. Wow! Holmes! Shot a bitch! I really liked that they kind of just wrapped up everybody's stories and kind of so that you knew what happened. We're here, sister. Let's begin the final preparations. Yeah, that's how my heart feels right now. I'm like, oh, look, we got to everybody. Oh, right, Lupin's dead. He might not actually be dead, but he might, I don't know. We're in the normal path, so maybe in the good path he doesn't actually shoot. I don't know. I don't see how that would change that drastically, but Lupin. All I can see in my mind is the image of Lupin lying on the floor. And here's the thing, even if he shot him and he fell, he's like, ha ha ha, he's dead and dragged you away. He could still be alive, because maybe the bullet didn't kill him. But he shot him like 4 times. Pretty fucking close range. I'm pretty fucking sure he's dead. Just saying. I should have given up long ago. I should have thrown my hopes away and killed myself sooner. All the people I care about keep dying, when the cause of it all, me, is allowed to go on living. Well, not for long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lupin. That's when it happens. Ugh. Something within my body begins to change. The horologium pulsates violently, making me think that my entire body is shaking. You know it's something bad, but I want to be like, oh, it's the power of love. Really? So our poison is going to get cured from the power of love in this path and on the other ones? Well, I guess we didn't really love them that much, huh? Sucks to be those guys. Just kidding. I'm sure it's not, but I mean, it's just my first thought popped in my head like, oh, how cheesy. The time has finally come. My body jerks back and forth, pulled every which way by the ceaseless pulsing. An unspeakable horror begins to eat away at my body. The curtains will finally rise. The completed monster will only be the preface to Code Realize. This right here is the dawn of a new creation. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of amazing how they actually, it just actually does look like it's glowing. You know what I'm saying? Heat and shock build up in my body, which is beginning to glow. Red, yellow, and blue lights dart around in my fuzzy vision. Father, look at me. I was useful, wasn't I? His voice echoes sadly. That's why you should love me. I can't really scream really loud. I'm already loud enough and the neighbors probably think I'm crazy. The poison completely overtakes my body. This is one of our miscellaneous CGs, I'm sure. There is no more pain, and I feel lighter. Oh, look, now we're blonde. I was really wondering, because on the front cover, it's like, why is she blonde on the front cover? There you go. Now we know why. Oh my god, our eyes are 2 different colors. Are they supposed to be 2 different colors? But there's a new, strange sensation. Oh, my blood flows through my body to an eerie pulse. The stone in my chest that demands my attention is now something surpassing the horologium. The Philosopher's Stone. I see in my peripheral vision that my hair is no longer chestnut brown, but a shining silver. Spacey has undergone a dramatic change that can be felt even without laying eyes on her. Oh, her outfit is so fucking cute. I'm just like, I know. She is the beginning of the end, but I like the fact that because I don't think I mean, obviously her hair wasn't blonde, but her eyes were not two different colors, and now one's green and one's blue. That's kind of cool. She is the key to Code Realize, and an unparalleled monster who will destroy everything. I don't know how we're coming back. I know we're on the normal path, but I'm feeling all of this would have happened. Is this me? Oh, look at... Oh my god, that's so cute. They even made her thing different. Our eyes are drastically two different colors versus, like, Finis's that look the same, and then every once in a while they look different, but they're not different enough. But ours are drastically different. But, so this would happen in the good path, too. It's just someone's gonna die. Me or Lupin, one of us is gonna die, and he might already be dead. I don't know. So I'm just really confused. Or maybe the normal path and the good path are drastically different. I don't know. So, I mean, I guess we'll find out, but... Now we look like... See? Wait, his right eye is blue, and our left eye is blue. That's kind of cool. And because I was thinking when they saw her eyes, I'm like, she's got two different color eyes like he does. So it's supposed to be like, they each have an eye. Like, I'm assuming that as kids, maybe his eyes were green and our eyes were blue, but we each have an individual eye. You know what I mean? Like, to show that we're two halves of the same whole or whatever. That's why we've transformed. And like, but that's really cool. I like that. And now you can drastically see his eyes are different colors. Ah, so beautiful. The voice that quietly speaks to me is not the static-filled voice from earlier. Father. No. Isaac. Spacey, my beloved daughter. You are finally complete. Right now, you have become worthy of being God's heart. You look nothing like a monster at first glance. Monster. What he says finally makes me remember. Now that I'm a monster, I will spread disaster upon the world. My poison! Because of it, everyone is going to die! There is no need to panic. My body in this room absorbs the power and poison of the Horologium. We still require the crew of the Nautilus to continue working for a little while yet. For a little while, he said. That must mean... But it won't be for long. Soon your poison's power will grow exponentially, and not even my body will be able to stop it. You will truly be a monster that spreads death to all. No! But don't worry. We'll end everything before it reaches that point. Yeah, because he'll rip our heart out, we'll be dead, the power will be in him, and we won't be leaking poison. Don't think. I mean, there's a bright side. Our friends aren't going to die, necessarily, because of us. We'll be dead before that happens, so... Thumbs up for that, I guess? Isaac sighs, then looks down at his hand. Finis's hand. At any rate, this doll had been obnoxious until the very end. Always gadding about doing pointless things. I hope Finis is somewhere inside and fights back. He's like, yeah, I just wanted you to love me. It's okay, Finis. I suppose he was a failure after all. His voice is so plain and casual. How could you say that? I forget what has just transpired and feel the anger rising in me. Finis wanted so much for you to love him. He was trying to complete Code Realize for your sake. And you... So what? I created that tool. It's only natural for a tool to carry out its creator's orders. You're wrong. Me and Finis, even though we might be fake and artificial, we are both unmistakably alive. We think and we suffer. Our lives may have been different, but they were lives. You would trample all over them just to fulfill your desires. You're much more of a monster than either of us ever were. Ha Really? How do these annoying personalities develop? I suppose that makes you a failure after all. I'm done with you. I shall extract the Philosopher's Stone from you right now. In an instant, wires of all different sizes stretch forward from Isaac's main body. I have a feeling Finis is going to fight him back. Because otherwise Finis wouldn't be in the second game if he died, you know what I mean? You wouldn't have had to suffer this much if you'd never desired anything from the very beginning. You should have given up on everything while in isolation, not knowing or yearning for anything. Because you are a monster. I'm... I'll put an end to all of your suffering for being born in this world. Okay, wait, hold on. We're gonna save, because we're gonna get our last bad ending. And then we'll come back, finish getting the... We're gonna get our last bad ending, we'll come back, finish the normal path, and then we'll go back and do the good path. So, give up leads to a bad ending. I mean, that sounds legit. It's not a sure thing that the Philosopher's Stone will lose its power if I die. But either way, I'm going to disappear. Then, I want to die knowing that at least I was able to be of some use to everyone. I stuff my hand into my pocket and pull out the small pill. I'm sorry, everyone. But I'm not able to go through with my suicide attempt. Something grabs my hand from the side. No, you can no longer have any freedom. Another Finis doll appeared out of nowhere. Oh, wait. Oh, it was still Isaac, okay. Another Finis doll appeared out of nowhere to grab me. Oh, God, we weren't even going to die. I tried to resist, but at the next moment... Oh, that cracking noise. Oh, I don't know what it is. It just feels... I'm entangled by an enormous wire web and lifted high into the air. Gah! Now, let us become one, Spacey. Creepy. His main body emits a white light. There shouldn't be anything within the orb, and yet its surface is now covered in waves, like it's covered in water. The wires lift me up and bring me closer to the globe. I'm scared, guys. The impossible watery surface swallows me. I hear the sound of treetops rustling in the wind, the sound of birds chirping. Warm sunlight shines down upon me, weaving through the leaves and branches. It's like a scene out of a painting. When I come to, I'm standing in a forest filled with this strange beauty. What am I doing here? I suddenly hear footsteps approaching, crunching through the grass. A young woman approaches me. I'm too shocked by the change in scenery to step out of her way. Oh, she walks right into me. But then she simply passes through my body. I'm surprised by this impossibility and turn around hastily. The woman keeps walking, completely oblivious to what had just happened. Am I a ghost? I finally realize the reason everything feels so wrong. I can't feel the weight of myself standing on the ground. I can't feel the wind brushing against my skin. I can't feel anything. What does it all mean? Is this a dream? My mind is too clear for it to be a dream. Not sure, so I'm just going to pretend it's the woman. I'm considering joining the Royal Society. As I stand there in thought, I hear a man's voice. Okay, it was a man. I've heard that voice before. It's a bit lighter and gentler than the voice in my memory. Is it Victor? A man is standing in front of the woman who had walked through me. It's Victor, isn't it? I want to pursue a new path for science. I'm going to do away with the wall between magic and science, bringing them together. Okay, no, maybe not. Magic and science, I don't know. I know it'll be very difficult, but if I'm successful, I would like to bring you to London with me. So I want you to wait for me. I promise to come back for you. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, I bet it's Isaac. I wonder if it's Isaac. Anyway, we're just going to read it in a normal voice because I'm not sure. Why are you laughing? It's nothing. That wasn't the best speech you've ever given. She smiles gently. But it's fine and very like you. Then it's all right. I'll wait as long as you want, Isaac. Okay. Isaac. I see. This must be inside Isaac's memory. I've been absorbed into his mind. It only makes sense, then, that I would be able to see his memories like this. As I become more aware of the situation, I begin to hear a ringing noise. Then, I blink, and in an instant, the scenery around me is changed again. This is a cold, sad story. A story about how a man came to be consumed by fate. Once Isaac arrived in London, his talents were quickly brought to light by his time in the Royal Society. He was able to create effective uses for materials that had previously been deemed worthless. He developed cures for diseases said to be incurable. He continued stirring up the scientific community through his discoveries and inventions, all at a young age. However, even while he found immense success, he never let himself be blinded by pride. He never forgot to work hard and to be kind, and was a pious man who worshipped God on his days off. That was the fundamental core of who Isaac Beckford was as a young man. And then his family dies, and he curses God, and he wants to be a new God and bring terror to everyone because he's sad. You know what? It's okay to be sad. It's not okay to make everyone else sad and ruin everybody else's lives. Jesus. Woo! There's a thunderstorm coming. That is why so many loved him, even as they feared him. Eventually, his talent and character were brought to the attention of the nation. As promised, he sent word to the woman waiting for him in the countryside, and they had a humble wedding. The two looked immensely happy as they vowed their eternal love to one another in modest formal wear. Isaac was promised a comfortable life, recognized by the government. But one day, Isaac abandons this life. He had contributed enough to the advancements of science. If he were to stay any longer, it would become a hindrance, holding back the aspirations of other scholars. Science needs more than just a single genius to help raise the world. It needs the cooperation of all manner of minds. Isaac places his faith in the growth of his colleagues and decides that he himself will help those who are closest to him. He comes to this decision when he and his wife welcome twins to their family. So, Finis is supposed to be my twin brother. We seem older than him. Maybe he's the runt. Because you know what I mean? Like, we're probably, let's just say we're like 18 to 20. Even if we're like 18, right? Finis just seemed younger than that. Maybe because he's short. But okay, sure. He leaves the Royal Society behind, though he is still sought after by many. His new place of residence is in a famine-stricken village. Isaac continues using his own research to save the villagers. He works tirelessly to change the quality of life for those in the village. His wife was understanding of his work, and his children, Spacey and Finis, were both healthy and growing. Because it's capital. His research comes to fruition, and the village slowly recovers. The villagers see Isaac as a savior and thank him from the bottom of their hearts. Compared to London, life here is far less comfortable. Still, everyone looks happy. All is going well. At least it does on the surface. 2 years into his life in the village, the gears begin to spin out of control. The famine returns, especially hard, and even Isaac is unable to resolve the food shortage. The villagers, who had become completely reliant on Isaac at this point, were confused he could not fix the problem. So they crazy assholes, and they burn his house down. Claims begin to surface that he had been using the devil's tricks to forcibly increase the previous year's harvests. That would explain why God is angry now and is punishing this village. They begin to blame Isaac for the famine. But Isaac hadn't given up. He tries desperately to find a way to ease the famine and gave up his personal fortune to devote himself to research. He never realizes that the villagers' suspicions were coming to a head. So those fucking bastards are the one that killed the whole family, and then they're calling me a monster? Dude, Lupin, kill them. That day, Isaac has gone back to London to get a hold of some documents for his research. He gets what he needs and returns home, even more motivated to make things work. But when he returns home, only tragedy awaits. The smell of iron is so strong it's suffocating. His family lies in pools of blood on the floor. His wife has suffered a countless number of stab wounds. Okay, this is just extreme. How? I'm sorry, Saint Germain, you want to make up for the Black Plague, you need to kill everyone in this village because they are psycho motherfuckers and they deserve to die. They deserve the shit that they get. They are evil. The twins are badly burned. His children cry out in pain and his wife is barely breathing. But they're still just barely alive. If they can receive the proper treatment, they might still survive. He rushes out, asking one of his neighbors to lend him a horse. However, please, I need a horse. My wife and children are dying. There's not much time. Please, please, someone help me. Someone. His pleas fall on deaf ears. Some even tried to send him away by throwing rocks at him. He continues to plead with them, even while being pelted with stones. Oh my god, the thunder's crazy. But it all comes to nothing. His wife eventually stops breathing, and his children's cries cease. How could this happen? He doesn't understand what went wrong. Did he choose the wrong day to leave home? Or even before that, had it been a mistake to try to use the power of science to save others? His mind is filled with regret and anger. You know what? You could just destroy that entire village and be done with it and have your revenge, but you take it out on the entire world. Wrong! Kill the village. Because those motherfuckers are the one that killed your family. I'm just saying. He continues to rage for some time. After that night, Isaac Beckford is a changed man. He returns to the Royal Society and once again devotes himself to the advancement of science. His theories and techniques get sharper, and nobody other than Isaac himself is able to keep up with his grand ideals. The great Isaac Beckford has gone mad. Rumors about him begin to fly. Isaac himself ignores them, not caring if his work is misunderstood by lesser minds. The noble and kind man he had once been is nowhere to be seen. As he pursues and masters every known area of study, he increasingly laments the foolishness of mankind. No matter how many miracles of science he can demonstrate, no matter how much he advances their lives, everything he does goes to waste because of the people who utilize it. Humans, who are responsible for the progress of science, are incapable of keeping up with its growth. If that's the case, I should just create a new world. He begins to plot, scheming how to revolutionize the world. Humanity must leave the hands of a god. Humanity must leave the hands of a god who has stood by idly and start walking on their own. Okay. Code Realize. That's the name of his operation to bring his ideals to life. An unending evolution of science fueled by eternal war. But this, it's a forged goal, created as a result of looking away from his true intentions. What he really wants. A dream? I wake up and find myself in a familiar room. I'm sitting in my seat in the center of the room. Jesus. Okay. Woo. I'm sitting in my seat in the center of the room as usual. That's fucking scary as shit. It's a fucking flood watch thing, but like... I feel like I've been having a very strange dream. Very sad and frightening dream. There's no use in getting caught up in thinking about dreams. I should get up now. Get up? For what? Waking up won't change anything. I'll just be here doing nothing, waiting for Father to return to me here. This is the longest bad ending ever. Because we said give up, now we're in here and like, I mean, it's in depth is all I'm saying. I'm okay with it, but it's like, I'm just not sure how this, if it drastically differs from Stay Strong or, you know, I don't know. I'll just be here, doing nothing, waiting for Father to return to me here. There's no reason for me to wake up. I should go back to sleep. How depressing. As far as I know, I should have been asleep all this time, but my mind and body are both strangely exhausted. I wonder why. I know I'm a monster, and that I'm filled with a poison, but I don't want to think about it anymore. It's just as Father said. I should stay here, alone. I shouldn't seek love. That way, I won't have to endure anything that might hurt me. As long as I shut myself in here, I won't hurt anyone, and I won't be hurt. So I won't. Now let's enter sleep together, sister. This is our happiness. I hear a gentle voice from somewhere. It's soothing, almost like a lullaby, drawing me in. Yes, we'll be together, always. I think that I see someone's face float up in the darkness. Goodbye. The end. I don't resist as I fall into a gentle sleep. In the end, a single tear rolls down my cheek. Rough, man. I'm assuming if we keep fighting, we fight against him. We don't just die there, but we'll find out. So we're going to load. We're going to come back here. And we are going to... Now we're going on... Okay, so this is the... Now we're going down the normal ending. So this is the normal ending that we're going to maybe get to the end of today. I'm not sure. We'll see. I won't give up. What? I know all too well that I shouldn't exist. But I don't want to give up on this life that Lupin saved for me. That's why I've decided that until the very end, until all hope is truly lost, I will continue to fight back. No, you no longer have any freedom. I try to resist, but at the next moment... Hi, Booger. Are you scared of the thunderstorm outside? I'm entangled by an enormous wire web and lifted high into the air. Gah! Now, let us become one, Spacey. Okay, so this is all the same. And we're going to learn... I'm sure we were going to learn his past either way, so... We don't need to reread everything. So we learn his past... And I'm sure we'll wake up in the house, and then that's where it's going to differ. Okay. Who could it be? Okay, so where do we stop? So, as long as I shut myself in here, I won't hurt anyone. So I won't, and then, okay. So then we hear a knock on the door. To come visit me all the way here. Could it be someone from the outside? It's Lupin. Stop it. I'm just so tired. Please don't wake me. Please don't let me hurt you. If I sleep here, I'll never wake up. So just let me... Are you sure that's what you want? I'm just assuming it's Lupin, so I'm gonna... The voice I hear is strange. I know it's coming from beyond the door, but it sounds so close. Is that really what you desire? Yes, I want this. This way no one will ever get hurt. You're lying, idiot. I look up as the voice suddenly becomes harsh. That's not what you want. It's just your sense of duty speaking. You desire something different, don't you? But... Listen here, my lady. There's only one answer I want to hear from you. Tell me the wish that you truly want fulfilled. A wish. The word makes my heart restless. I feel like someone said something similar to me long ago. What was it? Telling you my wish won't solve anything. But it must be said aloud if anything is going to happen. Not to worry, my lady. No matter how wild your wish may be, I'll make it come true. There is nothing that the world's greatest thief cannot steal. I knew it was Lupin. I'm so glad we read it in his voice. Say it loud and clear, Spacey. I'm always ready to take your hand. That's right. How could I have forgotten his name? Lupin! My wish! I want to see you. I want to touch you. Your wish is my command, my beautiful mademoiselle. I swear by the name of Arsène Lupin that I will make that wish come true. doors open and light shines into the darkness. I extend my hand and someone I can't see takes it firmly. Ah! He's not dead! He's also not bloody, which is weird, but okay. Hello there, princess. You were in a pretty deep sleep there. Lupin! Am I still dreaming? Hey, I'm not any figment of your imagination. As you can see, I'm very much alive and well. Oh, thank God. One of us is gonna die, but it's okay. Thank you for reaching out to me. I just heard your voice. And I wanted to touch you. Ha! I'm honored. I'm sorry for taking so long. Unworthy as I am, Arsène Lupin has come so far to take back my beloved princess, who had been stolen from me. My beloved, I will never let you go. Oh, sweet Jesus. I'm gonna fucking cry. Yes! I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you, Lupin. Aren't we all waiting for our Lupin? Oh, just sitting here waiting for Lupin. I'm like, is it gonna... Okay. He lands gracefully and gently lowers me to the floor. His agility and grace are exactly as I remember. He doesn't appear to even be hurt at all. Lupin, didn't you get shot? Escapism and trickery are my fortes. Didn't I tell you that? The secret to that trick relies on Impey's special, super thin bulletproof vest. A bulletproof vest? Yep. It comes complete with spurting fake blood. The impact knocked me out, and it's nothing. I let myself feel relief for a moment, but I see my own hair out of the corner of my eye as I nod, and recent events snap back into my attention. Lupin, don't come near me! Run! If you stay, my poison will kill you! Hold on there, calm down. Look carefully. You're not melting or in pain. If your poison started going into super overdrive already, we'd all be dead by now. Oh, but how? I'll explain all that, of course. But you've really changed your hair in the short time we've been apart, haven't you? I like the original color, but this looks good on you too. You're lying. That can't be true. This unnatural color is only more proof that I've become a monster. Really? It's more attractive to me than any gem out there. You're beautiful. You're not a monster. You're the greatest treasure I could ask for. Oh, thank you. Now, it would have been great if we could just end all this on a romantic note, but I guess that's not going to be possible with the enemy right next to us. And he's just standing there like, you fucking done? Like, Jesus. I love it. That's right. I got carried away and completely forgot where we were. I applaud your skill, Arsène Lupin. You've lived up to your reputation. I apologize for calling you a petty thief. Why, thank you. Your praise doesn't really mean much to me, though. Were you acting in secret without revealing to her that you were still alive? All so you could bring her back from her monstrous state? Bullseye. It wasn't easy. It was a true test of my resolve to keep myself from rushing forward a number of times. What are you talking about? It's simple. The Philosopher's Stone, or Horologium, essentially releases poison proportional to the energy it produces. So the opposite should be true as well. If Isaac wants to take all the power out of the Philosopher's Stone, then that's fine. Let him take as much as he wants. All you need for yourself is just a little bit of power, enough to stay alive. Oh, that was quite a gamble. If you had been off in your timing, even by a little, she may have lost her life. Maybe, but it was the most promising bet I had if I was going to keep living with her. But the Philosopher's Stone makes endless energy. It's going to build up and I'll just become a monster again. You don't need to worry about that. Surprisingly, the one who addresses that concern is Isaac. The energy production function is mostly under my control now. What remains in your body is just the amount of poison that you'd originally had. Even less, perhaps. And the poison that still remains within you will be exhausted after a few uses. I was actually hoping to get the level of poison in your body down to 0. Not everything works out the way you want it to. That's just the way of the world, little thief. As of now, my ambitions have been achieved. No! This is no time to celebrate. If Isaac does have the power of the Philosopher's Stone in his grasp, then he can finally set his plans in motion. I'm so fucking hungry right now. Just thought I'd tell you that. From this moment forth, I shall take the place of God and ignite a war on a scale that the world has never seen. In this battle, humanity will benefit from an accelerated evolution that will raise them to the heavens. Bear witness, for Code Realize has been accomplished. Code Realize, the plan to develop and promote human civilization as orchestrated by the modern-day Prometheus, Isaac. It calls for an internal continuation of controlled world wars in order to foster faster advancement of technology. His main body begins to shine brightly as he speaks. The first cries of this newly born god only fill me with fear. Lupin, you can't let him... God, eh? It certainly sounds impressive. With all due respect, Mr. Beckford, it looks like your infinite knowledge has given you a hefty dose of arrogance, too. Your lofty goals have blinded you to the reality of things, and that will be your downfall. What? Spacey, hold on tight to me. I don't know what he intends to do now, but... All right. I'm going to trust him. I don't feel even a sliver of doubt. Because the chances of Arsène Lupin failing are 50-50. Watch closely. I'm going to put on a once-in-a-lifetime show for you. Always 0. Woo! He snaps his fingers loud and clear, and a blast of explosive flames ignite. The explosions go off in a number of places around the room. Stay close, Spacey. Otherwise, you'll be blown away. I know he means literally, but... All right. The flames burst forth in massive blossoms of fire that consume the entire room. In a matter of seconds, pillars of flame are lighting up the dim room. The wires, which are Isaac's weapons, are scattered about as well. The main focus of the explosions, however, is... What is this? Isaac's main body. Perhaps it's because of the damage he's taken, but Isaac seems unable to control his body very well. And I have thunder as a backup to this. It's pretty cool. Arsène Lupin, what have you done? Oh, nothing much. I just prepared a gift for you, since I am taking your daughter's hand. Consider it an explosive dowry, my dear father-in-law. Oh! This is so cute. It's not a time for a proposal, Lupin, but it's okay. Impossible! Such a pathetic trick. There's no way I wouldn't have noticed this. That's why I said you've become blind to the reality of things. With this cynical remark, Lupin takes a spare bomb from under his coat. But it's unlike any other bomb that I've ever seen. It looks like a lump of soil wrapped in burlap. There's nothing mechanical about this bomb. It's just a lump of gunpowder with an ignition agent. It's a relic from times past, a method long forgotten. But that's why you weren't able to detect it. You're so completely reliant on machines. How could I miss something like that? Admit it, Isaac. You've lost the ability to think like a human. You cast it out to be a god in a machine. How dare you? Do you even comprehend? You're about to ruin the formation of a grand new world. Luckily for me, I'm old enough to walk on my own without needing a god to hold my hand every step of the way. I'll be walking on my own 2 feet, thanks, with her. I'll be walking on my own 2 feet, thanks, with her. There you go. Isaac, I agree with Lupin. Humans might be... I might be foolish, but the happiness you lost, you were human when it came to you, weren't you? So I think it's a mistake to reject it all.
Why, you...
Isaac's murderous glare doesn't faze Lupin. Lupin doesn't look away. He just looks a little bit saddened. Let's end this, Isaac. Teacher, this will bring us some closure. Several blasts of heat and sound shake the entire chamber. The creaking of the collapsing globe sounds like an animal in mortal agony.
This can't be happening. Not like this.
Finis's body, which had been under Isaac's command, falls to the floor. He's probably lost the ability to control it from his main body. But the burning wires start moving towards us. Neither Lupin nor I try to run. He won't last long. We can both sense this somehow.
You can't stop me. Science. Progress. The dead will rise. Family. Together. Never separated again.
So that's what it was. His true objective wasn't the evolution of humanity. It was a miracle that not even a man of his intellect had been able to accomplish. Raising the dead. All he ever really wanted was to have his family back. I saw the flash of lightning and I knew the thunder was coming, and that was loud.
Together again. Smiling. Happy. Loving.
The wires stopped just short of reaching us. Isaac. His main body is silent, unmoving. I try to say something, but I can't find the words. I tightly hold onto Lupin's coat, trying to hold back the feelings that are about to overwhelm me. He just wants to see his loved ones again, huh? That would have been much easier for us all to understand, Isaac. Isaac Beckford passed, a man who lost everything and tried to recreate the world in order to bring his loving family back. I missed the thing that I got. Another explosion. Did you do that one too, Lupin?
He doesn't look like it.
No, that was probably the Philosopher's Stone going out of control. Out of control? The power he absorbed from you was being used to maintain Isaac's mind. But his mind is no longer active. With nowhere to go, the power built up and is being dispersed throughout the Nautilus. Not even the Nautilus can handle so much energy coursing through its systems. It's going to tear itself apart. That means sooner or later, this whole place is going to fall into pieces. Let's hurry up and get out of here. So is the normal path the one where we don't get our poison cured, and the good path we get our poison cured? Jesus! That was loud. Are you all right, Lupin? Don't worry about me. It looks like we have another problem. He looks ahead of us with a steely gaze. Finis!
How could you? How could you kill Father?
Shh. He's still able to move. I can respect his persistence, but still. The Nautilus is breaking down. We've both been badly injured. There's a gun by Finis's feet, but it's likely out of bullets. Damn it! Oh, God. Just saw the flash of lightning really close. Holy shit. And wow, the storm's right on top of us now. Damn it! If this ship wasn't shaking so badly, I could carry you and just run past him.
I won't ever let you go. Never. Never.
No, Finis! Spacey, get down! The room tilts and I stumble. The shock is so violent that I can feel my feet bounce off the floor. Just as I'm about to fall, Lupin quickly catches me.
Damn.
He clutches me tightly to his chest with one hand as he jumps up and grabs onto the nearest steel pole. What is it? The ship is self-destructing, and it looks like Impe did well. We're already starting to fall. Too well, Impey. Damn! If we can hang on a little longer, it should stop at some point. But, Finis! Unable to reach anything to hang on to, Finis slides down the tilted floor. He's headed towards a gaping hole created when a wall collapsed. Now that the globe containing Finis's mind has been destroyed, that body is the only thing containing everything that is him. Ah! If he falls, it's the end for him. Finis will truly die. Lupin, I promise I'll come back. Hey, Spacey! As he cries out faintly, I push myself away and dash forward without a second thought. I slide down the floor, pulling myself along any obstacles to speed up as much as I can. Faster! Faster! I have to get to him! Even while I'm rushing towards him, Finis slides toward the hole without any resistance. Ah! And he spills out into the bottomless sky. Father! I'm sorry. Finis! Aww! I got you! What are you doing? Can't you see? I'm pulling you up. Grab my arm, Finis. It's useless. You no longer have the Horologium's power. You don't have as much strength as before. There's no way you can do this. I feel like my arm might break off at any minute, but I know all too well that he's right. I'm still going to save you. I don't need you to. Let go. Father is dead. I'm just a doll now with no purpose. Just a doll who was never loved by anyone and just yearns to be human. Don't say that. I'll love you. So live, Finis. Why? Because you're my brother. You're the only family I have. We've fought a lot and we've hurt each other, but it's still not too late to start over. We can both choose to live, Finis. I want to love you. Ah! I can't hold him anymore. My arm is quivering and the strain has gone beyond pain and into numbness. But I'll never let go. Finis, hurry! You really are a failure. Don't you see that you're going to fall too? I won't fall. I'm going to land safely with you. I decline. What? I would never want to live with you. I hate you. Oh, goodbye, sister. I've always hated you. But in the end, just a little bit, Finis! Is that the bad path? Is that the normal ending? He dies, but in the good one we save him? Finis falls out of sight. I lunge forward, shouting into the darkness. I almost fall too, but a powerful arm grabs me and holds me tight. Lupin, I can't let you fall with him. I turn away, ashamed, and Lupin sighs. You can mourn him later, but first you need to survive. Everything starts there. Right. There isn't much time left at all. I hold back my tears and summon the strength to stand. We're on a pretty steep incline here. You should be fine if I hold on to you. Spacey, promise me you won't go off on your own, all right? Yeah. Ah! Ah! Spacey! Lupin catches me and supports me, keeping me from falling down. But fate is nothing but malicious, as if actively ridiculing us. What had been the walls just moments ago break and fall one after another. Seriously? It's too late. The Nautilus is going through its final stages of destruction. I suppose this is the final end for the great Mr. Lupin. Lupin, go without me. You should be able to easily get out of this place without me dragging you down. Why would you? It's fine. I'll make sure I escape too. I want you to believe me and wait for me. I have no intention of giving up. But if the worst were to happen, I'd at least like Lupin to make it out alive. Ow. What's wrong? The place where Finnish shot me must have been a rib or something. It really hurts. Oh, it's no good. I don't think I can move. Dang, that's too bad. I guess I'm staying here with you, faker. What? This is no time for joking around! Either way, this room has to be the sturdiest in the Nautilus. If this doesn't make it, no place will. So all we can do now is leave the rest to luck. So, let's wait together for our time of judgment. Would you be mad if I apologize? You mean like, sorry to cause you trouble, or... Of course I would. I'll lecture you until we're both dead if you say that. I guess I don't want that. Then, thank you, Lupin. Judgment approaches. The ceiling, walls, floor, cracks run through them and everything crumbles and falls away. Soon it will be our turn. Whoa, this really is something. Yeah. I have one thing to tell you, in case I never get the chance to apologize to you. Huh? That promise we made. I'm sorry I was never able to fulfill it. I told you that I'd let you feel the warmth of another person. I said it with such confidence, too. It's terrible. No, that's not true. You've made my wish a reality. Huh? I've always felt warm at your side. So we've already been connected. Oh. Oh, all of our beautiful CG memories. Oh, we both die in this one, don't we? That would be great. We'd die together. Oh, look at the way he looks at her. Get you a man that looks at you like Lupin looks at Spacey. For a long time now, Lupin. We both smile and he takes my hand. Ha! Well, I feel a little pathetic that you're having to cheer me up in our final moments. Soon I can't feel the floor beneath me, and then we're flying through a raging wind. But since this is the end, let me keep to our promise. Oh, this is the cover! He's burning! No, Lupin! His hand gently strokes my hair. There's still poison remaining in my body, but your hair would never have been. Well, this is the cover. My recent transformation has spread the poison to my hair, melting Lupin's gloves and burning his skin. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. However, his smile never leaves his face. He gently strokes my hair as if he doesn't feel any pain at all. Lupin... He shakes his head. This is really a romantic. Not every day can you be falling to your death and a man's like, no, I'll just love you. And you're like, you're not even panicking. We're not happily falling to our deaths. I mean, his composure, A+. His voice wraps me in kindness, but has a firm core of determination. I want to touch you. I want to feel you for as long as I can. Just loving you isn't enough. I don't care if it melts away my hands. I don't want to let you go. His long fingers tenderly comb through my hair. Then eventually... I guess it's better late than never. He smiles gently. Look, I'm not melting anymore. You've used up the last of your poison. It's like a last-minute gift. Oh, really? Right before we die. If there's no poison, then there's no reason at all for me to hold back. Spacey, I'm going to grant your wish. Now. He's gonna fucking kiss her, isn't he? All right. I wasn't able to say this for a long time, but now that I'm off the leash, I want all of you. Wow. Lupin, we're about to die. Aww. His word, hands, and lips. I feel him with all of me. His kiss is so warm and gentle. It's a warmth I've never felt before, and I want to give him everything I have. So beautiful. I'll love you all of the way to the end of the world. All the way to the end of the world. Me too, Spacey. And then they die. Finis, the artificial life form and leader of the Twilight Intelligence Agency, who had been plotting to resurrect Isaac. It's been almost a month since London suffered devastating damage through the series of incidents he caused. Fortunately, the Queen survived the ordeal and still stands as a symbol of the nation. But the events have left deep gouges through all of London. Humans are such strange beings. They can get back up even after going through such a tremendous trauma. One day, about a month after the events involving the Nautilus, today, as always, Saint Germain is taking a leisurely stroll down the streets of the poor districts, watching the rebuilding. This section is nearly back to normal. Those who have evacuated London have slowly been trickling back to the city. This district has already regained much of its liveliness. Places like this are where the first signs of a city's death usually appear. On the other hand, though, it is these places that also show the first signs of recovery. This chaotic place that contains the full gamut of humanity's ugliness and beauty. That's why Saint Germain loves this area so much. To think that it's already been a month. He sighs happily, then absent-mindedly looks up at the sky. That day, only a handful of people were able to return to the ground alive from the destruction of the Nautilus. I mean, he did, obviously, because he's immortal, but... Van Helsing and Victor, Impey and Sholmes, and Saint Germain himself, as well as Guinevere. Oh, they all actually lived? Oh, all of them lived but us! Those were the only survivors who Saint Germain saw with his own eyes. He didn't see for himself, but Finis, Nemo, and Alistair likely shared the same fate as the Nautilus. And... Miss Spacey. Lupin. As the Nautilus was breaking down, Saint Germain and the others waited until the last minute for them. However, the two never appeared, and he was forced to leave in the escape craft the others had found on board. Even after a month, nothing of them has been found. But we died together, though, in this one. Aw! Saint Germain silently shakes his head, then resumes his walk down the street. I know we're a little over time, but I want to finish this before in the next part, we'll do the good path and the other thing. Now then, there's nothing left to do, so I suppose I'll go back home and relax. Saint Germain is no longer an apostle of Idea. His punishment for betraying Idea that day had been banishment from the organization. His betrayal was punishable by death, and yet the reason he remains alive most likely has to do with the fact that those gathered by Saint Germain did mankind a great service by eliminating Isaac. But still, since he is no longer a member of their group, the curse of immortality has also been removed from his body. Now that he's no longer immortal, Saint Germain estimates that he has something like 50 years left to live. He has already decided how he'll spend this short amount of time. Someday, when those two return, it would be very sad if there was no one waiting for them. Impey, Victor, Van Helsing, and Delacroix II have all begun to follow their own paths, seeking their own goals. But Saint Germain feels that he has lived long enough. That's why. It doesn't sound too bad, spending the remainder of my life waiting for those two. Oh my god, he's gonna grow old and die waiting for us to never come back. Oh, Saint Germain, you're so cute. The Count returns to the mansion and enjoys some tea by himself in the lounge. He's really redeemed himself from trying to stab us. His days are a bit dull now compared to the long and varied life he led, devoted to his mission. Living without an objective makes him feel somewhat uneasy, like he's soaking in lukewarm water. Then... Oh, it's you, Cece. The last of the mansion's previous residents rubs up against his feet. Are you lonely as well? Do you miss everyone? Ah, that's right. Hold for a moment. Saint Germain lightly strokes Cece's back, then thinks of something and leaves the room. When he returns, he's holding a framed photograph in his hands. It's the commemorative picture that was taken when they won the airship race. Oh, the best CG! Everyone in the picture has a unique expression. It almost looks like they might begin speaking to him at any moment. This way, I think the solitude of this room won't stand out as much. Saint Germain sits back on a couch, puts Cece on his lap, and closes his eyes. When he does, a memory vividly plays out before his mind's eye. Okay, you know what? I lied. We're gonna stop here. We'll finish it in the next part because I have a feeling this could go like another maybe 5-10 minutes. So, and I don't want the last part to be super short. So anyway, I will check out the memory, and then we'll do the good ending, and then we'll do the Lupin scene, the hidden scene after, in the next part, and that will probably be the end. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.